Hello, welcome to my cooking slash podcast form video. I cooked breakfast and then I sat down and ate my breakfast and then I had a podcast like video for almost 30 minutes. So I'm going to put the timestamps of when the cooking is. I didn't talk very much during the cooking. It's literally just me cooking, and I'm going to put the timestamp of me talking. I think I'm going to put the part where I'm talking first, and then if you want to watch me cook, you can do that afterwards because I think the talking part is more important. But yeah, hope you guys like the video. I was going to say something else. Yeah, drop a comment on something you want to make, something you would like me to make a video about. So I think now my videos have, the long form videos have 20 views or something each. So if you're one of the 20 people that is watching these videos, drop a comment and let me know what you guys want me to make a video about, because I don't mind talking. All right, enjoy the video. See you guys. Okay. I'm controlling it from my phone. I just pulled an all-nighter because I had assignments for my coaching license too. I had homework too. And I slept for about an hour and a half. I had a meeting. I slept for another 3 hours. And now we're here. So I haven't eaten anything. So I'm going to try to make something that's going to help me not feel like crap anymore, because I'm also sick. So I made this a lot when I was in Spain, but I haven't made it in a while. So first step is I'm going to put these to grill in a pan. Get them charred up a little bit. And then I'm going to use this to smash them up, and I'm going to put it over some toast. I'm also going to cook some eggs. This is the bread I'm going to use. Kind of scared me, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. I'm gonna get these cooking. I cannot remember the last time I pulled an all-nighter. That was kind of crazy. I had 2 assignments for my coaching license too. And I had some homework too. I'm almost done with the semester. And I got cooked, man. It took me all night. All done. I'm also going to make myself a coffee. I normally make it in the mocha pot. Very cool, but that's not happening today. I'm just going to make instant coffee and call it a day. pepper. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys what I got going on. So, we got eggs, we got these roasting so that they soften up, and then I can crush them up and make a paste out of them. Coffee mug in there. I'm gonna toast a little bit. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Look, I can control the recording on my phone. So cool. Okay. This is really good. I'm not gonna lie. I like it. Jeez, tomatoes are loud, man. That's because it's just hot. Need some milk. There we go. Just a little bit. Okay, we got our coffee. I cannot wait to eat this. I'm so hungry. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That should be okay. Dude, I'm gonna do it one at a time. Oh, I can't turn any farther. Dang. Here we go. Cool. Oops. I don't want it to explode everywhere. Oops. Man, I did not feel good. Good. Voila. Okay, here comes the taste test. This looks bomb, I'm not gonna lie. I'm so hungry. Thank you, Jesus, for this food. No, I used to not like tomatoes. And then I grew up. That's so good. Wow. Reminds me of when I lived in Spain. Reminds me a lot of when I lived in Spain. It's taking me back, actually. I need to slow down. This is just so good. Wow. Super simple, too. You don't even have to do it how I did it. Like with the molcajete. You could oven roast the tomatoes instead. Or not even roast them. And just put them in a blender and hit blend a couple times. and you'll get like a chunky salsa. Spread that out over some toast. Throw some eggs on top. Or put some ham. You could also put avocado. It's really good with avocado too, but we ran out. I didn't have any. And in the tomato purees also, you just put salt, pepper, olive oil, and salt and pepper on the eggs. I cooked the eggs on low heat and butter. And they were cooking the whole time that I was making the salsa, and they came out perfect. It's so good. If you're looking for a quick and easy breakfast to make, super quick, super delicious. I could have toasted the bread a little bit longer so it didn't get soggy in the middle like this, but it's okay. This one was sitting longer too, so. I need to cook more often and spend less food eating out. It's not good. What is this? Cooking with Big Dave episode 2? Solid episode, bro. Good breakfast food. So, to expand on the adventures that I had last night, oh my gosh. I've not pulled an all-nighter in so long. Part of it is procrastination too, but sometimes I have a really, really hard time sitting down and focusing and getting stuff done. And it's weird because when I'm productive, I'll knock out like so much stuff. But I get into modes where it's extremely difficult for me to concentrate. And that's just happened to me the past couple days. I think it's because I've been sick. So my desire to do anything really has been down the drain. Which stinks because I started off the week really well. Went to the gym, did my sauna. My body was starting to feel better. And then I got sick. So the sickness probably happened from a lack of sleep. That's usually when I get sick, is when I don't sleep enough. How ironic, because I didn't sleep last night. But yeah, I'm gonna let my dog back inside because she's barking, and then I'm gonna break down what I had to do. You know what I really want to learn how to make? Banana bread. This banana nut bread from Aldi is ridiculous. I ate this in the last cooking video I made, interestingly enough. My mom just bought more, so. Okay. Last night was rough. I had 2 coaching assignments due for my C license, which I'm gonna get the license. Let's go! And that's what took up most of my time. I had some homework due, but man, academic, full-time school, a 6-month-long coaching license course, and full-time work, on top of me trying to be a good brother and boyfriend, is not easy, folks, let me tell you. I have 4 teams that I coach. Oof. It's been a long few months. Let me tell you. I'm grateful for it though. I'm really happy. I'm gonna get my license. In a year I'll be able to start working on my B license, which is freaking awesome. Then it's just the B and the A. And this is my third coaching license that I've gotten in 3 years of coaching. So that's really cool. It's really exciting. I'm really happy. I'm proud of myself for being able to do that. So I had to do 2 assignments, which was basically I upload a recording of my training session, and I do a reflection. So what went well, what I could have done better. I used timestamps for my coaching points, all that stuff. And that was kind of the last summative assignment that we have to see if we can get our license or not. And I passed it, so that was really good. Now, man, I got an A on my theology final. Let's go! I finished with an A in my accounting 2 class. I had a 4.0 last semester. I don't know if that's going to be the case this semester because I have 2 B pluses right now. One in my philosophy class because the professor gave me a 17 out of 20 on a paper that I wrote. And one in my theology class because I missed the due date for 2 quizzes. And the quizzes are like 70% of our grade. Oh! Learning moment for sure. Better time management, better organization. I thought they would do the day after they were actually due. So I missed the due dates. But one of those is going to get dropped. And if he drops the one that's worth more points, I should bump up to an A minus. And I should finish with an A in my philosophy class with this last discussion post and last paper that I have to write. I'm going to have to log in for this paper to make sure that I finish with an A. But we should finish with all A's. Keep the 4.0 run going. So that's good. But yeah, it's been a lot. The past few months have been a lot. But yeah. Sorry. I'm running on 4 hours of sleep. I cannot believe I pulled an all-nighter last night. Okay, I have a mathematics class also that I have a 97 in right now, but we'll see if it stays that way. It's mathematics for economics and business. And I have 5 homeworks due that I need to kind of go over. That's a lie. 3 of them I need to do, 2 of them I need to go over. And then I have a final exam that's due tomorrow at midnight. Same as my paper and same as my discussion post. So there's a lot to do before tomorrow. And I'm sick. I'm also supposed to fly to Munich on Saturday. I was going to go watch El Clasico, which would have been sick, but that's not possible. But I am going to tour the Bayern Munich Stadium, which is going to be sick. I don't know if they have league games left or not. Let's check. But I'm going to Germany for the first time, which is really exciting. I'm going to Munich. And I'll be there for a few days. And then I'll come back, coach a tournament in Dallas. And then we're basically done for the season. We just need to keep getting people registered for my job as a coach. And then I'm going to Spain in July. So in between then, I still need to lock in over the summer. I'm going to try to do pressure washing and private coaching with the kids that I coached this past year. But I'm supposed to go to Santa Fe on vacation. And I'm supposed to go to Spain to coach the Nazi Cup. And then stay in Spain for a week or 2 after that. Just hanging out, backpacking, traveling. One of my best friends might meet me there. So, yeah, there's going to be some cool videos coming. I just need to make sure I actually record everything and I don't have regrets about not recording stuff afterwards. And that I actually post it, because sometimes I record a bunch of stuff and then I just don't post it. So there's lots of cool stuff coming up. Point being, I need to get through the next 2 days. Today and tomorrow. Tonight we have training sessions. Tomorrow I don't have work, but I would prefer to have everything done before the afternoon so I don't have to stress and stay up super late packing, and so that I can spend time with my girlfriend and my brothers before I'm gone for a week. So, yeah, that's kind of that's kind of a life update. I'm gonna get my C license, which is awesome. Coaching has gone very well. I've done really well, thank God. Families and kids have been super happy for the most part. School's going well. If I end up finishing with all A's, it's not what I expected a couple months ago with how I was feeling and the workload that I was having and how busy I was. It was very difficult to keep up with everything. And even with my coaching licenses, I turned in, I think, 2 assignments late because it's just really hard to have the bandwidth to do everything at the same time when there's so much going on. But not procrastinating helps a lot, and organizing your time and due dates helps a lot. And that's something that going into next semester, I really want to take the time over the summer to reflect and think over the past few months and be like, okay, this is where you struggled. This is how we're going to address it. This is how we're going to get better at it. And I want to do a better job of setting goals and sticking to them. So, yeah, that's kind of a life update. What else is there to talk about? I bought this book along with the Roger Federer book that I bought. It's called The Art of War by Sun Tzu. It's interesting because I read it and there's a lot of principles that, funnily enough, apply to chess. I love playing chess. I actually want to make videos about that. But yeah, it talks about different tactics in war. I don't like war. I don't like violence. I think it's evil, and we shouldn't be killing each other. Obvio. But learning about tactical situations, because what I learned is there's a lot of overlapping principles in life. So whether it's like this guy's talking about momentum and war and strategy, a lot of those principles apply to chess. And a lot of those principles apply to success in life and in business. Not in the sense of like you're going after people, but in terms of momentum, strategy, short-term strategy, long-term strategy. Analyzing opponents can turn into analyzing the market of the business that you're competing in, whatever it may be. So everything should always be taken with a grain of salt. The ultimate wisdom should be coming from here, ideally. But yeah, it's interesting. But whenever you read stuff, I try to do this as well, and I'm trying to do a better job of reading more, is you should read and take in information with a grain of salt, and you should remember to think for yourself, because with the amount of information overload that we receive, I feel like people are so easily influenceable, where they'll see something on the internet, they'll scroll, scroll, scroll. It's like, oh, wow, look at this, look at what this guy's saying. That sounds smart. I agree with that. And in the same way, you open the comment section and there's a bunch of people like, oh no, this is terrible, this is so wrong. And in your brain, you're like, oh, never mind. Actually, I don't agree with that. And you're not actually thinking for yourself. You know what I mean? You're taking something that somebody posted online, and then you're reading the comments of these groupthink people that you don't know what they're basing their opinion or their conclusion off of, and you're allowing yourself to be swayed by the wind of public opinion and credible or incredible sources. So I think it's very important that we remember to think for ourselves, especially with artificial intelligence. And I've been kind of like trying to use that less, because if you're talking to your ChatGPT more than you're talking to God, that's a problem. You know what I mean? Like, and in a way, it acts as Not in the same way, but it acts as a God because it knows everything and you can go to it for anything and it can do things for you. And yeah, it makes a lot of stuff easier, but it's like people that make AI music. Learning an instrument is an incredible feat. Learning to compose music is an incredible feat and takes a lot of practice. And there's some people that do that are very talented. And now somebody can hop on a computer and compose a symphony like that. Like, bro, what? That sucks. And when it starts to get to the point where you can't tell if somebody auto-generated it or if it was made by a person, it takes away the beauty of art because it was made by a human. And I think what's so cool about art and even different creative outlets, even as sports, is it gives an individual an opportunity to express themselves. And it's also a reflection of God because, like, we have a sense of humor because we're created in God's image and God has a sense of humor. We are creative because God is creative. Like, dude literally created the heavens and the earth. And the human body is so complex. My girlfriend's in dental school, and sometimes I'll sit with her while she's studying, and there's words that are like 7 syllables long, and I'm like, what? First of all, that name is crazy. Second of all, the way that everything works together and seeing diagrams and stuff of it is so cool. And the level of knowledge and creativity and thought that must have gone into creating you it's awesome. It's so cool. Into creating a sunset or a sunrise or the ocean. We're creative because the creator is creative. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with artificial intelligence and people creating music and art and images and all these things, it from takes away from the beauty of art, you know? Like those things are cool because we came up with them. Not because a computer generated it. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'm going to get off my soapbox, but that's just something that I've been thinking about recently, and I've been trying to be more conscious of my usage of that. Because most of the stuff I use it for, I can do myself. It just takes more effort. And everybody wants fast cash, easy. Everybody wants that nowadays, you know, and it's not necessarily what's best for you. So, I implore you to keep that in mind. Just take that with a grain of salt and just think about the way that you use AI and where you put your trust, where you get your opinions and your validation from. That's just something that I've been thinking about fairly recently. So, not to turn a little cooking video all serious, but yeah, just some thoughts. Just some thoughts. Dude, I'm getting emails out the wazoo. Holy schmolies. Okay. I have this devotional book that was given to me by a friend that I stopped reading for a while, but I'm on a 3-day streak. So, I'm going to read it. Maybe you get something out of it, maybe you don't. I read it this morning. So, every day there's a different verse, and then there's a passage about the verse, and then there's like a recommended reading. And for the ones that I've actually sat down and done, I'll take notes at the bottom and relate it to what it's talking about. But anyways, the verse for today, May 7th, is "Your will be done," Matthew 6:10. It's talking about when Jesus is teaching his disciples to pray. And it says, "The good life is not found in the success of my will, but in the submission of all things to God's will." Okay. Sorry. I keep getting messages from work sometimes it's really difficult for me to shut off the work mode. Sorry. The good life is not found in the success of my will, but in the submission of all things to God's will. So the good life is not for my glory, but for His glory. It was a 1950s television program unlike anything that would be broadcast today. Even its title is politically incorrect in today's culture. Despite this, its episodes are still being aired. Father Knows Best, it's the name of the show, was the says-it-all title of this iconic TV series. Maybe today the program would be called Everyone But Father Knows Best. Perhaps Father Knows Best is not such a bad title for this section of the Lord's Prayer. Here's what we all need to keep in mind at all times. The one who rules over this world is the ultimate definition of everything that is good, wise, right, loving, faithful, and true. Hope in life is never about doing whatever you need to do to get your way. Hope in life is not found in expending all your resources, time, energy, and gifts to realize your personal dreams. Hope in life is not found in working yourself into as much control as possible over the people and situations in your life. In a word, hope is not found in your will being done. If you put your hope in yourself, you're going to get let down. That's what it's kind of saying. Hope is found only in one place, in the wise and faithful rule of your Father in heaven. With His before origin to beyond destiny perspective, that may be a little bit confusing. What that's saying is God sees everything from beginning to end, which is very different from the perspective that we have, because we're very short-sighted, and if we're not short-sighted and we think too much about the future, it gives us anxiety, and if we think about the past, it gives us shame. That's not how God sees things. He sees them from beginning to end. He knows everything, right? He's all-knowing. So before origin to beyond destiny is the scope of everything that He sees and understands. He really does know what is best for you and for everything He created. This is what I talked about earlier. God knows everything. He created you. He created literally everything. And sometimes we fail to act upon the fact that He knows what's best for us, and that His commands are not a punishment or Him trying to get us to not have fun. Like, He tells us things for a reason, so that we can live our lives in a good way, and so that we don't get hurt. So He doesn't want us to get hurt. Prayer is never about asking God to submit His power to your will and plan. Prayer is an act of personal submission to the always right will of God. Now, here's the problem. We all go through times in our lives when we slide into thinking that we're smarter than God. That is, we want for ourselves what we want for ourselves, we think is better than what He wants for us. We chafe and struggle against what He has put on our plates. We rebel against how He has told us to live in His Word. We wonder why our lives seem harder than those of the people next to us. We wonder why breaking one of God's little laws to make things better is such a bad thing. So cry out for grace. The war between God's will and your will is not ended yet. The desire for God to exercise His power to deliver your personal dreams is not yet gone. The temptation to think that you know better still has the power to capture you. Reach out for the help of your Savior, for which He died to give you. Ask Him again to rescue you from you. Pray for the sense of heart to know that there's no safer place than to be in the submission to the will of your Father in heaven. And have the courage this morning to look toward heaven and say, your kingdom come, your will be done right here, right now in my life as it is in heaven. And thank God that He cared for you so much that He exercised His will for your welfare and salvation. When you're joyfully willing to submit to the will of the Father, you know grace has taken residence in your heart. And what I wrote down here is the Lord knows best, and He's always going to know best. And Proverbs 18:10 says that the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous man runs into it, and it is safe. So yeah, I'm going to leave you guys with that. God knows best. We do not. There's some very smart individuals out there. Very smart, very intelligent people. I consider myself fairly intelligent. But we are not God. And we don't know everything. It's impossible to know everything. Only He does. So, in seasons of life where you are busy, talking to myself now, where you have a million things, don't take the easy way out. They'll take the easy way out. It's so easy nowadays to cheat. And like not actually learn and just use AI to cheat and not do your work and not trying anything. I don't know who came up with the idea that not trying is cool. It's complete BS. Like, why are you going to do something if you don't want to do it well? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that. Why are you going to do something just to do something? And you're okay with sucking at it? You know? Like, you're okay with sucking at it because you don't put effort. It's different if you're learning a new skill and it's not going great because you're putting your ego down until the learning curve catches up. That's a different story. But like, try. Being able to have an education is a blessing, regardless of what you think about college or paying for college or being able to be successful without it. Everybody's path is different. Whatever. I didn't go to school for 4 years and now I'm going back to school. Am I learning? Yeah. So cool. I'm learning. That's the point. But don't be afraid to try. And amongst your trying, don't get freaked out when things go wrong, because you do not know everything. But somebody does if you put your faith in them. I mean, them knowing everything is not dependent on you putting their faith in them. They know everything regardless. I'm saying if you put your faith in God amongst your struggle, it's much easier to get through things and to push through it and not take the easy way out, because you know that you're honoring Him through what you're doing. Yeah. And I'm not speaking from a place of, I'm up here and whoever's listening to this is down here. No, we're all here. Everybody's here. And the reason I make these videos is, one, I think it's cool to keep like a journal so I can look back on it in a few years. Two, it helps me practice my ability to present information and to speak clearly and eloquently, which I've not always been able to do, especially publicly. And three, the principles in life required to succeed are synonymous across multiple, and I would argue any discipline. So the lessons that I'm learning are lessons that I've learned through life, through experience. And if you're younger, maybe you haven't learned a lesson yet, and this offers a different perspective for you to be able to learn something. If you're older, maybe you see something that I don't see, even if you're younger. It doesn't matter what age you are, but we're running a race together. You know what I mean? So if one person learns something from this video, then cool. That's the point, you know? Even if I learn something, it's fine. But yeah. I think it's been 13 days since I've posted a YouTube video. Oh, not good. Not good. Yeah, I gotta lock in. I've just been busy. And again, that's an excuse. I need to make less excuses. But there will be more videos coming soon. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about everything I talked about. I said Dang it. I've been doing a better job of not saying that. I'm not using filler words like like, you know, stuff like that. We're working on it. It's okay. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think I'm going to film an intro, and then I'm going to put the part where I spoke first, and then the cooking part. I don't know. I'll figure it out. See you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Be kind to people. You never know what they're going through. And in the words of the great Michael Smoke, it isn't easy, but it is simple.